that struck me.
He comes in and his jaw's just dropped.
It has been placed all over God's creation.
All I know is God's.
I didn't know what to think, I was traumatized.
I started this, and it never ends. It's just always there. The Mr. Darcy? Oh, we're going all the way back.
The sleepover, I don't even remember how late it was, but we were just talking about random stupid things, going over every topic that just came to mind. And so it was very spontaneous. And we were talking about the Darcy cutout.
Okay, so it was Emma's birthday party, and we were doing like a Pride and Prejudice tea party type thing. And so I was like, we need to have a cardboard cutout of this to have like photo ops with him. So that's where it all started. And I just figured out how to make one. And he's been with us ever since.
Mr. Darcy cutout was very interesting. So like we walked in to your party and he was just standing over there in the corner, and it was just kind of funny because it caught me off guard. And I didn't know you had such a big crush on Mr. Darcy.
And somehow it was labeled my fiance. It was a few weeks after the mission trip. Shelby and I had come over to Evening Emma's house, and I mentioned how I had joked to Shelby that we should make a cutout of one of our friends.
We wanted to make, so Mr. Darcy was kind of like super cool, so we were like, we need more of super cool.
And I don't remember who said what, but it was just like a joke thrown out, like, what if we did one of someone we know? And then we were like, wait a minute, we actually can't do that. What if we did one of Clark?
Evie was able to screenshot a picture of him from one of the videos of Clark in a dance battle at the BBS. Above a random thought, and the next morning we went through with it and made a Clark cutout. We printed out all the pictures and lined them up together, and then me and Shelby took it home and glued it together, and then we cut it out.
We were just gonna put it in the sanctuary, because why not, so then everyone could see it.
One Sunday, I don't remember when, just one Sunday.
I get a call from Shelby, and she, like, we're on the way to church, and she's like, hey, we made like a cardboard cutout of Clark, and we're gonna put it in like the sanctuary.
We're gonna put it front and center. Everyone in the church gets to see it. Everybody gets to laugh at it and get some joy from that. So I believe it was the following Sunday after the sleepover that we put it in the center of the sanctuary, which also happened to be the Sunday that Clark was going on stage, so he got to be on stage with a cutout of himself.
Logan happened to be in the sanctuary, Logan Club, and we needed to get him out so we could put it in there. So I walked up to him and I may or may not have lied and told him that Clark wanted everybody in the building at that exact moment.
We put it in there and run away, and then after like Sunday school and all that, when we come back in, everyone sees it and is laughing and stuff. But then Molly, she goes online and like you could see it on the live feed.
I did get a video of Clark.
Did you do that, or was that the Gibraltars?
Shelby and Emma.
Because it is.
Shelby. She ripped it.
I don't remember the first few weeks after. I do know that we kind of just thought it was like a one-time thing.
Oh, I've seen it in the youth group. I've seen it I've seen it in church. Like, why is that in church?
It was later, and it was my birthday, and I had a bunch of people over from youth, like all the girls, and Shelby put it in my shower.
It was for her birthday party sleepover, and me and Evie both knew that the cutout was in the trunk of my car.
And I was like holding the door, making sure no one would come.
I stood outside in the cold for like 5 minutes with the Clark cutout, waiting for Evie to give me the green light.
And then I ran to the bathroom, and then I told Shelby when the coast was clear. And she ran into the bathroom, and then we set it up in the shower.
I was like, what is this doing? And I moved it outside my shower. When I'm done, I come out, and it's there again, and it scares me.
We got it back out again to put it in Ryan's house.
Okay. I was using the bathroom for a minute, and I walked back into my room, and guess what I find? Hold up. What is that? Why? What is it?
The cardboard cutout was in my bed. It was tucked in and everything. It was laying on my pillow. Well, I didn't know what to think. You know, I was traumatized.
So I guess Shelby had talked to Bree about meeting her at the park to put the cardboard cutout in her car to put in Ryan's room.
I felt violated.
And asked if she could meet us at a park, and she could put it in the back of her car so that when he left his house, he could go hide it in his room without finding it.
One of you. Was it you, Emma?
Whenever I did Ryan's interview, he still doesn't know who gave it to Bree.
I would have thought he would have figured that out.
I got this text from an anonymous number.
And it was supposed to go into Emma's room.
So Ryan had texted me about getting it into Emma's room. Okay, just bring it to Sunshine Elementary because then I can grab it there.
I was gonna drop it off at Sunshine Elementary.
It wasn't like set in stone, like bring it.
But then the roads got icy.
And then he never texted me back. And then I was like, okay, whatever. Like it was cold. So then I was like, well, if you can't come, just tell me you can't come.
So on Sunday, when we had the chance, I brought the cardboard cutout back.
And Evie put it into her dad's truck.
I was able to hide it under her car and get it in Emma's room without her ever noticing.
That was the night of a football game, I believe. So you did not go in your room for the entire day. It's just been at the Liberty home for several weeks.
I think one time I was like sound asleep and you guys like literally put it right in front of me so I'd wake up to it. I've seen it in the hallway. I literally, when I see it sometimes, I just throw it and chuck it across the room.
And it is definitely a part of the youth group. It will never be forgotten. It will always be a very memorable, iconic part of the youth group, I feel like.
I hope that we have made it a tradition, and I hope that all of our younger siblings continue it on.
If you have it at your house, throw it in the trash. It's horrible.
When Clark dies at his funeral, we should put the cardboard cutout right next to his grave.
I think it's creative and hilarious, and I think this tradition should continue.
If you have a youth pastor, make a cardboard cutout. It's worth it.
And we don't need multiple pictures of Clark's face. The world is dark enough as it is.
I don't get it, but I'm all for it.
I put it up in the ceiling one day and someone took it down right as I put it up there. And you know, that struck me.
It is short, which is not off-brand for Clark.
Okay, we did not mean to make it as short as it was, but like...
One point or another, it's gonna get you.
If you are going to get the cardboard cutout in your house, you need to know what to do next. You need to have a plan ready. You need to be prepared for what to do when it gets at your house. You need to find a target and target that person and do it right.
I would just say watch out.
No, we're not showing any of this to Clark. We can show him the final product, but we're not showing him how we made it.